Hi YouTube, welcome to another edition of Horror Hands, and I'm out and about again. It's been snowing here in the UK, so I thought while I'm out in the snow it'd be a good idea to talk about the best wintry themed snow set horror films. So I get asked about these quite a bit. I've been asked a few times throughout the year, so while I've had a bit of snow I thought it'd be a good setting to go through some of these. So I just have a couple which I'm going to mention real quickly. The first one is The Shining, and then the other one is The Thing. I'm not going to talk about these because they're very famous films. I've talked about them before, so you all know these two, but for the record, these are probably your two best films in terms of the best made famous films that are set in the snow and in the winter. But I'll go through some more that you may not have seen. So the first one is The Abominable Snowman, the Himalayas. This is Hammer Horror taking on the Yeti legend. Peter Cushing, I think he's out in like the Tibetan mountains or something like that. He's out there doing an expedition, looking for the Yeti, looking for the Abominable Snowman, and of course they do come across him and it gets a bit crazy. It's a good one. I like this film. It's a good one from the 50s, and Peter Cushing was pretty cool in this one. Alright, next one is a really underrated film that I never hear anyone talk about, and it's Blood Tracks, which is about like this rock band. They go into the snowy mountains to record some music, but they get killed off by this like inbred hillbilly clan. It's kind of like Hills Have Eyes, but with a rock band set in the snow. Really good, and never hear anyone talk about it. This is just like a crappy bootleg DVD, but I really hope Blood Tracks gets picked up pretty soon by someone and put out on a nice release. It's an awesome film. Okay, next up is Dead Snow. Really fun zombie movie. I think this is Norwegian, and it's got these Nazi zombies coming out of the snow, killing people off. Really gory, really funny, really silly, but in like a good way. I don't remember too much about it now because it's been a long time since I've seen it, but I remember it being awesome. Same can be said for the sequel, Dead Snow 2. I remember this being really good. It might even have been a bit better, but it's been a long time since I've seen it, so I don't remember the details all that much. Next up we have another one that people don't talk about, and that's Frostbiter. This is a really good like low budget Evil Dead type film set in a cabin in the snowy wilderness. This is more like kind of rubber puppet monsters rather than gory zombie action. I like the puppet monster thing that comes out of the cooking pot. That one was cool. If you can find this one and you like sort of low budget B movie, kind of not all that serious creature features, this is definitely a good one to check out. I did enjoy Frostbiter. It's a pretty good one. Okay, next up we have Ghostkeeper. This one's not great, it's very slow burn, very slow film, but in terms of snow and wintriness, this has a great wintry setting to it. And it takes place in this isolated mansion out in the snow, and it's really good for the atmosphere and like the cold setting and that kind of thing. So if you like slow burn atmospheric films, Ghostkeeper might be one to check out. Okay, next up we have Ghost Story. Now, out of all of these films, this is probably the film that utilises the cold and the snow and the winter setting the most effectively. This looks and feels like a really cold film, and the four main characters in it, they're all really old men. It's a wonderful cast, and no disrespect to them, but they look ancient, and seeing them all frail and shivering in the cold really just kind of sends the message that, you know, how freezing things are. And it's really spooky, it's really creepy, and just a really good wintry atmospheric film. Came out in 1981. Strange film for 1981 because this was kind of in the height of the summer slashers, but this is a very different film altogether. But I do like Ghost Story. It's got a great atmosphere to it. Okay, next up we have The Lodge, a really creepy film about this woman and these two kids that are isolated in this house in this snowy setting, and they can't get out because of the snow, and weird things start to happen. This woman may or may not be crazy, you don't know. snow until the film pans out. But really scary stuff. It's not a nice film to watch. Not kind of gruesome or violent or anything, but just very scary and very uncomfortable. Like I did not want to be in this house while I was watching it. Really good film. Okay, next up is one I really like called Winterbeast. This is a really low budget creature feature about these monsters out in the snow that can just kill people off. It's like kind of stop motion claymation type effects. So some people might think it looks awful. I really like it. I really appreciate the crappy clay monsters that are in this. It's a really fun film. Again, if you like low budget B movie, definitely check out Winterbeast. And the last one on this list is Wrong Turn 4, which is one set in the snow. I forget, they kind of all meld into one, the Wrong Turn films. I do like them, but this is the one that takes place in the snow. It's a pretty good one, pretty cool. So that is it, guys. That is just some horror films that are set in the winter, set in the snow, and have a really good atmosphere. Let me know what you think of them, which ones you like. Got any recommendations for these kind of films, definitely let me know. I'm going to go for a freeze over. Thank you very much for watching and stay tuned for more videos.